NDC for finally the manifesto no ewie. For every single person utie manifesto no, you saw how it went. Mame enhe wadwentre ewo so. Maybe probably because I've decided to vote for NDC ninti. Maybe the manifesto no intia na ebia me niaje manifesto ne ho sa because MPP for me tie ye no anhye me nkran but NDC for me tie ye na ahye me nkran but ene na meka no ebia maye madwen se meto ama NDC no eno ho nti ena aba ne sa. Now I have the manifesto right in front of me, 32 pages manifesto. I would want us to go into it and then let's see the main promises what you say, the main policies are NDC for announce our manifesto name. Let's go into it and then let's see. I like the colorful nature of the manifesto. I'll say Mahama key policies in the manifesto, the game changer, welcome to the future of Ghana and all that. I don't know, there's something about the current branding of the NDC that I love very much. Their picture quality and their graphic outcome, no, it is extremely appeasing. Let's go into it now. Economic policies are a manifesto name. 1, to implement a 24-hour economy strategy. 24-hour no, it is the number 1 economic policy. 2, stop the economic decline and restore stability and inclusive growth to the economy. Tisenia Ghana economy no, say no, omobe stop the decline. Now NDC force wamoba, they'll have stakeholders meeting. Omobe having meeting with Obia where you involved beyond. Na ya hestenia and tempa so no, yebe to me na economy no ya salvage no. It is a good thing. Now 3rd one, I'll say we will also give opportunities for experienced banking hands who lost their jobs after the collapse of banks to secure their careers once more and move from the menial jobs they were forced into. Now, there are some people that no mo yejuma or banks, ye babe go banks no and there omo tonton edwane ebi mo etwi eye Uber ene nyama nti Mahama say sankrofoni na no they are experts bia as a ye we see omo talent and so they will come back. What you say? Banking sector no wa promise say omo a ye close your banks down na nyanse bia nim no he will restore their licenses back to them. Inti one of the reasons intia ebimo ayomo adwen kraso mbeto ama Mahama. We shall abolish the obnoxious e-levy. Into e-levy ombe abolish no the betting winnings, no the levy on the betting winnings, and they will review it with improved revenues from the savings made from a reduced size of government and all that, and also their 4th economic policy. Now the 5th one, and you see, people don't know, but it really makes sense. In Krofunim, but it makes a lot of sense. Say Ghana, your mind be especially a buying every single year. You can say a buying sika bebre in managing a buying and kasanen crofo. And so one way of saving money or making money for the government or for the country is to reduce the size of your government so that we will save money. If you ever read this book, The Psychology of Money, okay, by Morgan Housel, it will tell you, say, there are 2 ways to increase your revenue. 1, say ubenye ejuma fo fraka we ejuma ho. And then you maintain your spending. And no, ebema usika eden akosro. And I say 2, ejuma na ye na sa pepepe, but you reduce your spending. That's yes, yeah. Inti we ejuma unya one everyone say every day unya 1 cedi. 1 cedi now unya every day no. We did here 50 pesos, we save 50 pesos. So ope say at the end of the month unya more sika. Ebia 50 pesos now we do every single day no. Obeto so abadien 20 pesos. And no, at the end of the month you get more money. So it is written in that book. It's for the NDC to add that. Say one of their economic policies will be to reduce the size of the government so that sika yes spend ewo aban so no esobeti na ababe dani sika at the end of the day amaye no. It is a good economic policy ejise nipa kunu nim sikemu ansa na obeka atrel. So it is very good say omode eno ayeden aka ho. Now the 5th point ne say actively attract viable and serious private sector investors to partner with the government to invest in productive sectors for job creation. Inti eno the fifth point. The sixth point, I say we shall relocate some ministries out of the central business area to decongest the city of Accra. And this is also one Ghana for nimpa say NDC for ebeye say enkran no echoki. What you say enkran echoki ntino yenkope a city fufro na yen making sure say yebe decongest enkran ohwa. I think that it is good. Idea bi a ebema eni nso abasa city no eso. What you say intino to relocate some ministries out of the central business area in Accra no. Ebeboa. I am thinking say maybe omoni behwe those Afienya areas, Shy Hills Afienya areas no. Me hwe say omoni behwe because those areas no one thing is say na traffic wo ho pan. But so to me kwan no double lane because no na kwan was say double lane. It's to me kwan no double lane na omoma ebi kwo ho a because matekra say abose kan for no nanka sa area ne nanka pese ye de omo den eko. So it will help. That area will help. Say you to me decongest Accra ebeboa. So that is also good. The seventh point will say this will involve an emphasis on agriculture and agribusiness and will have a strong focus on making Ghanaians own their micro enterprises. Now, the eighth point will say lead a process to set a standardized limit for borrowing and ensure that Ghana never suffers such a deadly debt management program that threatens to send elderly people holding government bonds to their early graves and wipe out the investments of the Ghanaian middle class. And listen, you see, if you don't learn from history, history will repeat itself. And there is say abaya bobosia ma for the very first time in the history of our country, Embrewa fonin kokrafo pension krano. Ya di yensa kwa boom. Inti yenda adane policy ama the NDC and it is good. So womo be making sure say omo ebe set standard say si ye bobosia krana yemma ye ho kwan say yem bobosia ndru this level. Na enkonkoma da achibi no Embrewa ne nkokrafo emma mebre. Inti it is good. It is a nice idea. I like that. The ninth one will say the next NDC administration will transform the economy, diversify our exports, and ensure value addition to create more jobs from January 2025. Okay, that one it's as vague as it can be, but I think that one was also the ninth one. The 10th point, and they say we will add value to our cocoa by increasing domestic processing, refining our gold before export, and pursuing the dream of an integrated bauxite and aluminium industry. Okay, into your cocoa no say debia no ye cocoa no waha na akwa abrochi aba ye nya value bia into no say ye be add value to the cocoa na say adepa. The 11th point was say Valco, Tor, and other strategic industries that can serve as extra pillars for our economy will be brought on stream. Into no and also ewo Valco ne Tor any other way no omo adwuma no senia ebeboa ye na yenya sika no ye be hye ase ati ase. I remember say when we were in third year in the university we came for a field trip ewotema ye ba Valco na wo hwe a Kwame Nkrumah sees our company no or the nyansa pan see but I mean you see we have not been able to manage it well. That place is huge. You call honomo katre and say at peak level no o share the number of adwumayefo ananka wo say ye adwuma wo ho ne sa nyamani na sisi an eso ate because adwuma ananka also omo ye no omo nya say adwuma no but ni nemu no say NDC for say omo ebe hwe say omo be ye ne ye I think say it's a good thing. Now the 12th point and they say building a modernized agricultural economy driven by technology and digitization and establishing agribusiness shall be one of the key anchors of our economic transformation plan. Okay. The 13th point will say the new NDC government will introduce a new budget in April 2025 to support small and medium scale businesses and adjust some taxes. Okay. 14th point will say we shall also establish and deploy farmers service centers nationwide in all districts to boost product and outcome. Okay. So still on the economic policies. We shall revive the concept of school farms with the produce from the farms used to feed the students. Oh, that is good. That is good. Unim nanse mi hwe video bi na me decide yes. Let me tell you a secret. Nanse mi hwe video bi na me decide yes no sa de we. Dachi bi me nyina mi akasa mi ba benya enye say bia me nyiye but mi a me sha ase say me nya me family a me yes sa de we bi. I saw a video of omoye enuanom nanso eduane bi ombedi bia no omufie su eno mo asase eso eno mo dia bibia wo mo behia bia wa asase ne so organic ti eduane bia every day wo mo behia wo mo peso mo dibia nanso mo ko efuonim no mo akwa akote. I don't know but say de ne ye me fe. And it is not because NDC focus a decision bia me take it dada because I de ne ye me fe. The fact say I have a garden. Maybe because I'm a farmer as well, no? Maybe a no hunti. The fact that I have a gardener, bibia wom. What you are saying, and then me person me di brode me come na makwa akotwa, and then me person me di nyadwa bia na makwa akotwa me pen kunturu bibia na makwa akotwa me pen mokobia na me twa ne sanya man. Sa de na ema me nije, ema ma ahonka. What you are saying, me personally no, it is a decision. Me personally no me take it say dachibi no. That is what I'll be doing with my family. In the NDC for so can say omo de no omo make sure say schools. And you see, I remember very well say emra na yewo primary any GSS no me call private school but emra na yewo primary any GSS no na enyama bisa no na yewo ewo school nim even make the school fun na ye the practicals are great na ya train say ye create bed intenda obeba na bia ye dua okro nti anopa bia ye bebe school bia no it is our duty to go and water it. Ye pon school it's our duty to go and check on it. It was our duty to go and check on it. Inti ye was school album say ade na fifi na enyi ni akwa akotete. All those things were fun. Emra na your primary need GSS ni ye. Won. Inti I think say a good say e be policy bia senior high schools ni na no ye be mo ahia say wo mo ye. Because most often Ghana, especially boarding senior high schools no, e ya na dodo na wo asase yantam eda ho. Inti se students no ye pe asase bi mo na ye ma wo ankasa edo na ni nom de sua de ye practicals na at the end of the day boa students no what you say na boa mo no mo ankasa ni aduane bi edia. I think say it is not a bad idea. So it is part of the economic policies NDC for ayo mo agin say wo mo ebe implement it. It is something I side with. It is good. 16th point, I say we shall apply the price stabilization levy for its intended purpose of cushioning petroleum customers, petroleum consumers. Okay, stabilization levy. Okay, so stabilization levy, no, I'm saying not the purpose, and they say, ebe make sure say, fuel, and I'm saying, oh sorry, every month fuel cost biano. I'm saying the reason for the stabilization purpose, they say, nankasadi and ANC. The NDC for some make sure say omo ba apply that purpose into no fuel no en kokoko so sa senya de bia ye no okay 17 point I say as a matter of urgency we shall revamp the Tema oil refinery and ensure that it processes domestic crude oil as was started under our administration. Okay, into Tema oil refinery mo san so aka ho asem biom revamping of it. 18th point I say the 24-hour economy policy will support businesses operating round the clock, enhancing productivity and job creation. Okay, 24-hour economy. Anubium. 19th point, to hold a national economic dialogue within the first 100 days to propose homegrown policies. And I told you, say, NDC for say, omoba first 100 days, no, omone Ghana phone ni na betina say, ni ya he, de ebeboa wo no, na ya ye. 20th point, I say, ensure a stable economy and macroeconomic environment to enable businesses to plan. 21. Also stringent reforms to ensure fiscal discipline in public administration. 22. Launch an urgent economic recovery and fiscal consolidation plan within the first 100 days. 23. Ensure the extractive sector operates within a mutually beneficial tax environment to stabilize the exchange rates. Extractive sector operates within a mutual beneficial tax environment to okay. Into no more to go ni nyama no. Ye ha sa area no. Ye be no more yo mo dwuma ye so that ama cedi no probably maybe they feel say that side nso can be na cedi no ama cedi ne call from 24th point or say reduce excessive government spending and prevent waste and corruption. So that now 25th or say simply VAT collection, simplify VAT collection, abolish e-levy and other burdensome taxes and ensure fair and non-intrusive tax audits. 26th, extend the tax net to cover other workers rather than increase taxes. 27th, we will create an accelerated export development program chaired by the president and engage stakeholders to identify easier to export products. Okay, say Ghana no, yebesha asiye na yede yenyama nso akwa abrochire. Ti yebetena se, ni ya head yebeboa, ni ya sha se di yenyama tutu kwa yakwa abrochire. That's not bad. 28, also the government will work with non-banking financial companies to pre-finance importers with loans at a regulated interest rate to help importers clear their containers on time. Okay, into the importers are omunyama ba omuntumi nkla eya na ekoko dane nsem no yebe sha ase na yebo omubosia no mutumi akle wo omunyama ewo kwan so. Now 29 point was stop collateralizing statutory funds to take on more loans. Into what has senia eya na President Akufo-Addo Dubai ade ba kwa wo ye sika ye twa to was ebia ye de be ye bibi no no ni da de akwa akosi awa de agebosia enti NDC for say omo ba sa sebe ngwa asem no mundi. Now 30th point I say put a cap on borrowing and amend the PFMA to enforce the same. Now 31st point I say move away from overemphasis on GDP and focus on GNP. 32nd point I say restore cocoa production to improve forex flow and accelerate oil and gas drilling to bolster energy supply. 33rd point, also invest in agriculture, tourism, light, manufacturing, and creative industry to create jobs and reduce poverty. 34th point, establish special zones in all 16 regions to add value to local crops and reduce raw material imports. Yase Ghana habiano. Okrobia wa dia wo mu produce nti ye he kro na dia wo mu produce no na ye de aye ye de bi adwuma ayeden amomo nti no those are that ye hwe the economic policies on trade and industry. What you say trade and industry very specific to rationalize fees at the ports and scrap needless charges that affect importers. Nti no here send MPP for some metty duties no not to say NDC funds no also promise on the duty somebody reduce and also no. The port will work 247 including weekends and holidays. Into we here 24-hour economy policy now. Not to say ports no ebe ye juma 24/7, which is not bad. Third, or say stop illegal and excessive shipping fees to reduce business cost at the port. Okay. Fourth point, or say establish the annual presidential CEO dialogue. Fifth point, or say chair an accelerated export development council to expand exports and leverage market access opportunities. Sixth point, or say we will seek to help Ghana benefit more from its finite natural resources and encourage indigenous Ghanaian businesses with the technology and capacity to operate their own productive mining concessions independently or in partnership. Senia mbrofofo ba betu ye gold no ye bebo Ghana for ashase e2 gold no ewo kwan papa so. 7th point or say we will also reduce the geological survey department and review the laws governing the extractive industry so that Ghana can increase its share and local participation in the exploitation of the nation's natural resources. Okay, we shall establish a Western Industrial Enclave to expand industry in the Western Enclave for job creation. The 9th point, we shall implement a fixed rate system for imported spare parts to ensure transparency in the charges on imported goods. Okay, not just a spare parts, no. The banking and financial sector, so reform the Bank of Ghana and rejuvenate the almost collapsed banking and financial sector. As far as practicable, banking licenses that this government unjustly cancelled will be restored. And this is one of the big things Aman Krofweni Aje ati aso mo a ye cancel wo mo banks licenses ni na no ye hwe ye no de ebia wo mo de nanka reason bia nim no me say already Manasseh Azori book na he talked about it, the fact that ebi mo de no na keni kwan say ye cancel na so still ye cancel ye, so there are lots of people not say omo benya omo licenses back, and it is good. The third one will say local participation in the banking, financial, communications, mining, oil and gas, agriculture, manufacturing, and construction sectors should be prioritized to generate more jobs for the youth. And that is that. And so goes on to also speak on the governance policies, government efficiency, run the leanest but most effective government under the Fourth Republic. Into ministers, and the President Akufo-Addo uses over 100 ministers, right? Mahama say, "Obete so I half." Or see on him say, "Or cast or ben half." And NDC for Bibrina Beja because Bibrina be pay appointment. Now so or no dear, the waka and waka. Atiasiye. Or say we shall combine specific ministries and eliminate government agencies that duplicate each other. Into ministries ni bi wo ha. Say a duplicate. Into ye be a frame. Atiasiye. There is no need for us having Ministry of Aquaculture different from Ministry of Agric. There's no need. I'll say a boom and all that. We shall decentralize recruitment into the security agencies and ensure that recruitments are done nationally. Into soldiers for anyway recruitment our mo yena na party there on microphone. This is our mo ebe abolish the payment of ex gratia and cut out waste and ostentation in government. Okay. Set up a committee of inquiry to investigate the matter of looted state lands and make recommendations for resolving the vexed issue of expropriated Gardangbe lands. Set point or say the fourth estate of the realm, the media, will also be given the conducive and collaborative atmosphere to operate as the fourth power that they ought to be, without threats, harassment, and assassinations. Legal and regulatory. Work with Parliament and all stakeholders to complete the Constitution review process and strengthen separations of power. The second point, reconsider the tax exemption regime and ensure that any exemptions benefit the Ghanaian people. So these are the policies. The educational policies also talks about free SHS, cancelling the double track system, teachers in sona and the motor licensure exams are almost why you cancel Sanyamani Nano which are also good policies. We shall cancel the obnoxious licensure examination for teachers. We shall pay 20% allowance to rural-based teachers. Teacher bia obeko ekrasi bia se obeko akotra de no. Salary no ye be increasing by 20%. Not say in a month we get 1,000 cedis aye the 200 cedis ebeka ho ama to incentivize and motivate them. We shall collaborate with unions to develop housing and auto loan schemes for teachers. Teachers and so yabeboa na omwenya insase. You see, sa insase ni sa nyama we na it is not difficult to say ye boa teachers no mwenya sa insase ni nyama enya ade bia nke wo say eye difficult. Some of the teachers ekuo ne kra no personally some of them have done that and they've been successful. Just replicate the model and do it nationwide. Okay, just do it nationwide. Even if I 10 years krana, it's a beboa. Me mami yebi. My mama ngati say me mama ne me papa ni omo teachers. Me mami retired. Me papa we free. Ba omo na teachers. Inti aba teachers nsem minimum pa ati ase. Me mami yebi. Sa time no na teachers for you say omo di sika ka ho, omo di sika to ho every single month. No more pass as yato echeye. Ene de omo tie sika na echeye. It took over 10 to 20 years. And sana omo tumi edi tia asase ne kran. By the end of the day, and there womu ni na womu yes ade ni bia womu nya asase no. Omu ni age because baby a womu nya asase no. Eye some prime area bia and there wo bisa ho asase a chese ye betumi abo millions of Ghana cedis a trail. But at time na no mo yes ade na area ni develop ye. And that there a hoye hot cake. Ti de bia de ba ko amema me de bia wo kan ene se odanyame ase se embra sa de no mo sha ase no ɔno nso hyɛ aseɛ sɛ wɔyɛ bi na nsɛmpo deɛ onu ne ho sɛ saa time no onim anka asase no tɔ ne bebree time na teachers no yɛ gigi omo sika every single month no onim anka saa time no omia ne ni tɔ ne bebree but kakra ya wonya ye kra no ɛho mfa so a wonya wo so no onim anka ɔtɔ ne bebree so it could be replicated nationwide ati aseɛ ya pɛ ekuro bi a enyen develop ye ati aseɛ 10 years 20 years every month ye tisikane omuni beti omuni so no no mo agye awie na afi wo muni na nti a whole developer a develop once because teachers ni na agye omuni na wo mo dan one plan so it becomes an estate. A whole developer it becomes an estate because omonsa efie no musini na e wo lane back so the same demarcation e wo one plan into our person see story building who see the plan say wow who see ni say so it is a way krana from aside teachers no we can do that for doctors and other police funding soldiers funding other professions yan hwe ye krana sa de no betumi aboa. It is affordable house na debia na ban tini sika also wo ya affordable house na yenhu hwe no. This could be a better way or a better one cry essence affordable house na de na debia ya ye no. So for me it is a good thing. So these are the policies. Health policies. Also, we shall remove taxes on essential medical supplies for dialysis. Okay. We shall also establish a cancer and kidney disease trust fund to support afflicted Ghanaians who need assistance to treat such conditions. Also, we shall remove taxes on essential medical supplies for dialysis. We shall also establish a cancer and kidney trust fund to support afflicted Ghanaians who need, okay, it's a repetition, okay. Fourth point, also, we shall scrap the quota system for admissions into nursing and teacher training colleges to expand student enrollment. Fifth point, also, we shall ensure the prompt posting of trained health professionals. So that is also there. Infrastructure policies, transportation. We shall restore the road toll and expand its collection systems. We shall carve out a path for Okada riders on newly constructed roads. Hey, on medi so there. Ekwan ade na ye be yo na so medi so there. Ye betwa ekwan foforo ma Okada for na de bi omo anam so. That one will be good. At ya say we shall build the cargo service center at the Tamale airport to enhance the exportation of agricultural produce. We shall introduce a comprehensive pension scheme for commercial drivers. That is also good. Housing. We shall facilitate an affordable housing scheme for teachers by collaborating and supporting teacher unions. Build teacher accommodation in basic schools and start a policy of adding teacher accommodation to every basic school to be constructed. Okay, that's nice. Irrigation. Internet says, say you see school biana, you be making sure you be seeing dying like bungalows and teachers. And you're bad. Irrigation and water. We shall complete the Tamale irrigation projects, support rice processing factories, provide high storage facilities, and prepare the Commander Sugar Factory for takeoff. So these are the policies from the NDC 32-page policy. You can find the link to this policy in the description box. You can go and have it for yourself. So no. Montreal your comment box ni mo.